Good morning and welcome into the Lifeline Morning Show. I'm Steven. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. You know, I love getting your day started off on the right foot. And to help with that, well, I use an inspiring quote. And today's is from Winston Churchill, who said, "The positive thinker sees the invisible, feels the intangible, and achieves the impossible." Wow, there's a lot wrapped up in that one, isn't there? Let's talk about it. Let's pick it apart for just a second. Do you see the invisible? Do you have the ability to see what is not yet in front of you? To see what could be? Yeah? Are you a dreamer? I am. I have a lot of dreams. Have I seen any of them come to pass? Have I seen any of them really take place? Yes, I have. I can tell you that I have, and it's a beautiful thing to watch. Can you feel the intangible? When you think about that thing that's not quite here yet, can you feel the emotion? Can you feel how it affects your life? Do you like that feeling? I imagine you do, or you wouldn't be thinking about that, right? And then lastly, achieving the impossible. That is only possible with God on your side. I love this verse from John 16:33. Jesus said, "I've told you all this so that you may have peace in me. Here on earth you will have many trials and sorrows, but take heart because I have overcome the world." Wow. What do you think about that? You can achieve the impossible because of who is on your side. So I want to read it one more time, and I want you to think about this today. I want you to meditate on it, and I want you to find ways to make it happen. The positive thinker sees the invisible, feels the intangible, and achieves the impossible. Hey, today is going to be a great day, and I think you're going to be achieving some of that impossible on this very day. I have faith. I sure do. Thank you for being here. I got some more great music for you. Now, if you're in a really dark spot, if you're in a place where it just seems like you can't even see the light of day, I want you to listen to these lyrics. It's Lauren Daigle, and the name of the song is Be Okay.
You're gonna be okay.
Hey, thanks so much for being here on the Lifeline Morning Show, making us a part of your day. I'd love to hear from you. Tell me your name, where you're listening from, and your favorite song. Text me, 256-967-0885. Here's Big Daddy Weave.
For the damage done, for the victories won, for the gift and for the grieving, letting go and moving on.
All the stuff we've been going through here lately, especially that huge thing that happened over the weekend. Oh my, it's got a lot of people just bent out of shape, and understandably so. But what do we usually do in moments like this? In moments where, real evil is seen? Well, usually that makes us as a country come together. And, sometimes we need a little advice on how to handle situations, right? Well, I've got Uncle Pappy on board. He's going to be here to talk with us a little bit about how we can look at this whole situation and maybe respond to it in a particular way. I think you're going to like it. So stick around, and we'll get into it after Corey Asbury and Kind.
Sometimes marriages don't work.
Okay, so do you have ants? Oh, that's fine and good. Ants are great, but do you have a cool ant? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I love spending time with her. How about uncles? Do you have a cool uncle? I don't know. There's just something different about a cool uncle, isn't there? It's like they have the wisdom that you're looking for, but they also have like this fun factor about them that just makes everything they say just seem a little more important, Well, I came across, the cool uncle. His name is Uncle Pappy, and he's got a little something to say to us all about what happened over the weekend. Here, take a listen to this. See what you think, and maybe we can make this happen.
I know with everything going on in the world right now, it's easy to get freaked out. I think we're all a little freaked out, man. It's easy to get overwhelmed by everything. The universe keeps throwing us these curveballs, trying to test our resilience, trying to split us apart, trying to see how much we can take. But I'll tell you this, every time we have this cultural defining moment, a big moment in time, it's an opportunity for us to shift the momentum towards unifying each other, towards getting better, towards making a better tomorrow for each other, man. Don't yell at each other, talk to each other. If you got people in your life you disagree with, remember that they're scared too, man. Everyone's a little heightened. Take a deep breath, take a chill pill, take a step back, look at the sun, look at the sky, look at the water, see what the beautiful this place is, man. I'm tripping over my words because I get overwhelmed by it all, man. I just want to say, take this as an opportunity to try to reach out to the people in your lives that you love. Try to have some patience with the people that annoy you, and try to see that tomorrow might not be as bleak as you think, okay? I love y'all.
I love those words. I think it's right on point. So, do you think we can do it? Yeah, have a little patience with the people who annoy you. Tell the people that you love just how much you love them, and make tomorrow better. Wow. That's good stuff. That's sage wisdom from Uncle Pappy. All right, more great music headed your way. It's Danny Goki, and I got you right here on the Lifeline Morning Show on your 88.5 JFM, making your day better.
Where would I be if it wasn't for you?
This one goes out to my good friend Bradley Williams. I hope you enjoy it, sir. I know your wife loves to sing this one. It's Avalon, and you were there right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. You ever make an investment and you think, hey, this is really going to pay off? I see a bright future for myself because of this purchase. Well, lots of times when you're young, well, you think that, but hindsight is 20/20, and it's not always instant regret, but as time goes on, you realize the error of your ways. It's like, really? I spent money on that? Stick around. We'll talk about some of those instances. And hey, maybe you've got one to share with me. We'll do it next.
Well, I've been turned round, but I've never been lost. Seen the water get troubled, but we walked across.
So you got a little money in your pocket and you think, I want to buy something that I would consider an investment, something that's just going to bring me more money in the future. Yeah, we all do that, right? Or something you think is going to bring you a whole lot of fun, and it's like, wow, it's not near as fun as I thought it would be. Let's go back to our childhood for just a second. I've got a few things to talk about, okay? So I remember when I was a kid coming up through school, there were a few things that really took off, right? Pokemon was one of them. That was toward the end of my childhood, but still it was there. We had these things called hacky sacks, and those things were amazing. So much fun to play. And nowadays you can find them every now and then, but never really took off here in the U.S. Like it has in other countries. How about yo-yos? Yeah. I remember like the Duncan and the different types of yo-yos, like the butterfly and all these others. You could do all kinds of tricks. Those really took off. But things that I sunk money into, well, never took off. Pogs. Do you remember Pogs? They're these little like round things, and you play it on a little... I had the whole setup. I had like the Pog table, and I had the canisters of Pogs, and I was hoping it was going to take off. It's like, yes, this is the next best thing, and I'm ahead of the curve. Yeah, never happened. Don't even know what I did with it. I don't even know where they are anymore. Goodness. So yeah, I regretted that purchase. How about whenever you watch like a ninja movie? See, back when I was a kid, we had these movies come out all the time with like kung fu and karate and all kinds of fun stuff happening on the screen. And when it happened on the screen, it's like, hey, I think I can do that. But you see somebody swinging around a pair of nunchucks, and it's like, I gotta have me a pair of those. Instant regret. Ouch. Those things hurt. I hope you got the padded ones, because those, oh man, I'm telling you, there's no pain like that. Right across the top of your head. It's awful. All right. How about Beanie Babies? Maybe you were into those. Yeah? They're not quite as valuable as you thought they'd be all these years later, are they? And how many do you still have? Do you still have the entire collection? Well, good for you. Another thing from your childhood, I don't know, maybe you were around when Furbies got popular, those things were creepy. They'd start talking out of the blue for no reason and just scare you, like all the time. And likely, you still have that Furby somewhere. It's in a closet or up in the attic or down in the basement, long forgot about until right this very moment. And you're like, ooh, I forgot how creepy that was. I need to go get it and see if it still works so I can torment my kids. Don't do that to them. Oh, but I wonder, what's that thing that you bought when you were a kid? And it's like, I shouldn't have bought that. All these years later, it's like, no, I thought it was great at the time, but I see now it was just a waste of money. I would love to know. Why don't you text me, 256-967-0885, or you could call me up if you want to talk with me about it, 256-505-0885. It's that thing that you regret that you bought. It's like wasted money. So to text, 256-967-0885, and to talk to me, 256-505-0885. Now, Phil Wickham with The Jesus Way.
If you curse me, then I will bless you. If you hurt me, I will forgive.
We're talking about those investments that just didn't pan out. It's like instant or almost instant regret. It's like, why did I spend money on that? Particularly some things that you spent money on when you were a kid. I've already told you a couple of mine, and I asked you to tell me some of yours. And Margaret Simpson, she just reminded me of something. She said, clackers. I said, are we talking about like the clackers on the string? Or are we talking about the clackers on the weird plastic handle? And she sent me the picture of the clackers on the string. I said, why the regret? Those things were fun for a few seconds, right? She said, heavy acrylic balls hurt horribly when they hit your fingers or arms. Oh, that just brought back some memories, didn't it? Ooh, sorry about that. Those things do hurt. Oh, Margaret, thank you so much for telling me yours. And hey, I wonder, what is yours? Do like Margaret. Send me a text, 256-967-0885. What's that regret? That thing that you bought, it's like, why did I spend money on this? Text me at 256-967-0885. Or you want to have a little fun and talk with me? It's 256-505-0885. Oh, it just hit me like a ton of bricks. I remember one of the things that I regret spending money on when I was a kid, and it was, well, let's just say this, an airplane. That's right. You remember those airplanes that were made out of like the big popsicle sticks, and they came with the rubber band? And after you put them together, you just kind of held the rubber band, you put it in a little hook on the nose of the airplane, you stretch that sucker back, and you threw it. Well, you launched it. Those things, they fell apart so easily, didn't they? Maybe you got a little bit of fun out of it, but it's like, that just wasn't worth the money. But if you really wanted instant regret, I mean the kind that hurt you deep in your soul, then you would buy the big styrofoam airplane. You know, the one that came in like 3 parts? You had to put it together. And then once you got it together, and that's the operative word, once you got it together, you got to throw it and watch it fly once. Because as soon as it hit the ground, it broke in half. Every time. It's like, I learned pretty quick. After like 2 of them, I can't do this anymore. This hurts too bad. Because you want to see the plane fly, because it's huge. It's made out of styrofoam. You want to see how far it'll go. But as soon as it hits the ground, it's a goner. And I mean, the people who were making those, they knew what they were doing. They'd probably made money hand over fist. And all these kids were just frustrated and just downtrodden and tears in their eyes because they only got to see the thing fly one time. But they're like, oh, you want to see it again? Come buy another one. Yeah, instant regret. Anyway, I wonder, what's that thing for you from your childhood? You spent money on it. You thought, hey, this will be an investment. I'll get some fun out of this. But it's like, no, I shouldn't have spent money on that. Yeah, I want to hear from you. Text me, 256-967-0885. Or if you want to talk with me, I'd love to hear your voice. 256-505-0885. All right, let me get a song in here, and then we're going to hear from Mary Ann from New York about the things she loves here in the South. It's a good opportunity to kind of remember some of these things that we take for granted. So stick around for that, okay? All right, I've got Ryan Stevenson and Just As You Are right after this ID.
88.5 88.5 JFM is WJIA Guntersville.
Online at 885jfm.com.
This song right here just sounds like summer to me. I hope you enjoy the lyrics. It's a really good one. Turn it up.
I've been wasting way too much of my time, living up in my mind, trying to do it all right.
The things to be thankful for here in the South. I mean, Southern hospitality is huge, right? That's something I'm thankful for. Yeah, but you know, Mary Ann, she is from New York, and she's been living in the South now for 4 years. There are a few things she's noticed that we do a little differently around here, and sometimes it's nice to be reminded of these little traits of Southerners, these little attributes, these little things that we do down here, because sometimes we kind of take them for granted. So from a New Yorker who's actually visiting New York right now, what exactly is she thankful for about the South? Well, I'm glad you asked that question because I got her ready to tell you. This is part 8 in her little mini-series. Take a listen.
I'm a former New Yorker living in the South for the past 4 years, and I'm sharing with you things that I love that Southerners say and do. Part 8. Okay, you're just gonna have to bear with me because I'm physically in New York right now, and the comparisons are wild. Southerners just make you feel like they give a hoot. They hold doors open for you when they see you coming and your hands are full. They make eye contact with you. It's wild. If you work in customer service, you actually ask them how their day is. You say, "How are you?" Gets me every time. Oh, and if you're driving on the road, they let you in. They let you in. You don't race someone for a parking spot. There's not a race in general. Rat race, to be specific. Southerners just make you feel like you belong there and that you aren't a burden. And I get it. I understand. I mentioned these in other parts. But like I said, I'm here. I'm noticing it. It's in my face. And this is aside from friends and family. They make you feel welcome and loved. But the culture here is you keep to yourself, you keep your head down, and you don't overextend yourself for anyone. And I love that Southerners do that.
Wow, it's good to remember these things, isn't it? Hey, there's one thing I wanted to point out. Now, I didn't play this video for you from Mary Ann, but she has been in New York now for a little while visiting family, right? And she went to the grocery store to pick up a few things for a cookout she was invited to. And while she was there at the deli, you know, the person behind the counter did not make eye contact with her, not once. No, they're just like, "Hey, what do you need?" "Okay, there you go, bye." That kind of thing. It was like business, business, business. That's all it was. There was no real interaction there. There was no, "Hey, how are you? How's your day going?" There's no Southern hospitality. So, hey, we need to embrace that, and we need to remember what we bring to the table just because of where we're from. Thanks for being here. And here's Toby Mac with Nothing Sweeter, his new song right here on your 88.5 JFM.
There's been so many times I got it so wrong, and a couple that I got it just right. I've seen the view from the top of the world and the sorrow by the bitter graveside.
No lie, as soon as I got up this morning, this song right here was stuck in my head. It's so good. It's 10th Avenue North. Oh, they're back together, by the way. It's called Invited, right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. I hope it gets stuck in your head, too, because it's a good one to get stuck there.
Everyone's invited to sit at the table. Don't matter if you feel it, fit or unfaithful.
Let's talk a minute about the power of surrender. What exactly is surrender? Well, you see, surrender is not about quitting. It's about giving up the need for control and aligning your intentions with higher wisdom. The Bible says that God's ways are higher than our ways, His thoughts higher than our thoughts. Yeah, we love to feel this idea of control, but really when it comes down to it, when you realize that you don't control anything, right? I mean, the only thing you can control is how you react or how you respond to any given situation. That's all that's within your control. Everything else, wow, you got to trust God. And I hope that you've realized that, because when you finally surrender to His will, to His way, it makes life so much easier. There's not this constant striving to do it just so. And you find out that your Father is actually for you. He's in your corner. He's helping all things work together for your good. It may not be how you planned for it to be, but it's working out for the best. You know that's right. When's the last time you thought about that? Hey, you know what? Maybe you should do what I just did. Encourage somebody else. Let them know that they don't have to be in control, that they can surrender. And as they do, life gets just so much sweeter. Yeah, tell them about the faith that you found. Tell them about the good news that you've heard. And who knows, they might be able to finally rest a little bit and surrender themselves. So many times we look at surrender as a negative thing. No, it's a good thing because of who you're surrendering to. Thanks for being here. So glad we can talk about deep spiritual stuff and we can have some fun at the same time. Here's Stephen McCurder with Come Jesus Come right here on your 88.5 JFM, making your day better.
Sometimes I fall to my knees and pray. Come, Jesus, come.
Oh, the 90s. Those were some good years, right? Do you remember the 90s? Well, maybe it's not as good for you as it was for me. You see, I was a kid in the 90s. I remember a lot about that particular decade. A lot of things that I wish I could kind of relive. But there are a lot of things that we did back then that kids these days will never get to experience. I came across this guy over on the socials, and he goes by that 90s kid for life. And he reminisces on some of this stuff. And he has brought back a scenario that I think you're going to absolutely love. So here, just take a listen and let's just enjoy the nostalgia of the moment.
It's crazy to me that there's an entire generation that won't ever understand how magical Friday nights in the 90s were. Like how truly special they were. Like sit back and imagine this. It's a Friday night in 1998. You're sitting at the dinner table with mom and dad. And then all of a sudden out of nowhere, dad says, do you want to go to Blockbuster? Your eyes immediately light up. Instant yes. Yes, let's go. You go to the local Blockbuster and you're just like overwhelmed, right? And then dad says, well, you either get a movie or a game. And that is like just the world's hardest choice, right? Because you're like, dang, should I get Small Soldiers? Should I get Independence Day? Or should I rent like Smash Bros or Turok? And you're just like going back and forth. And then your dad says like the most magical phrase ever. Okay, you can get both a movie and a game. And you're just like sent to another realm. And then usually you get like one candy from the candy aisle, which was usually right at the end, like right at the front of the store before you check out. And then it's just another wave of decision. Do I want something like sour, like sweet tarts? Or do I want to get like a chocolate bar or some like Butterfinger BBs? Those nights were special. And it just like low-key makes me sad that kids today won't ever get to experience that.
Yeah. You know, the one thing that would put this over the top is if that dinner that you just got done eating was a pizza. Because pizza and Blockbuster and some candy, I mean, come on. You don't get much better than that, right? And I know this occurred on a Friday night and you're like, Steven, you don't get it. Friday nights were the best because of TGIF. I know some good programming on TV, but that on a Friday night or on a Saturday night or really any night of the week is just, puts you on the moon, right? Hey, I just had to reminisce a little bit. Thanks for being here.
This is Pastor Gary Kraft with your Drive Time Devotion. There's a story of a young boy who was playing on the pier by a lake when he suddenly disappeared. The dad looked everywhere for what seemed an eternity, but was only really a few seconds. In desperation, he jumped into the water and began looking under the pier. He saw his young son clinging to a post underwater, holding his breath. After pulling the child to the surface and the danger was past, he asked his son why he was clinging to the pier post. The boy replied, "Because I knew you would come get me, Dad." The boy was obviously confused about some things, but his dad's self-sacrificing protective love was not one of them. He was much more confident in his father's love than his own ability. David, the shepherd boy turned warrior and king, would write these words about our Heavenly Father. "My father and my mother have forsaken me, but the Lord will take me up." As a mature man, a warrior who had faced many life-threatening situations, David had found God to be available and powerful. He discovered God's loving kindness to be his hope and His security, regardless of the circumstance. Are you convinced your Heavenly Father will intervene? What are you clinging to in the middle of your crisis? Yours or others' ability, or to the steadfast love of your Heavenly Father? Let's pray. Father, I cling to you. I look to your character, your promises, your track record of intervening on behalf of your children. Help me walk in the security of your steadfast love today. In Christ's name, amen.
I love to hear from you, and I love to play your requests. Well, Mr. Richard Udi reached out, and he's feeling a little nostalgic right now. He wants to hear something from yesteryear. You see, yesterday he requested Carmen, and we played some Carmen. Actually, we played 2 Carmen songs, and I loved it. He had Lazarus Come Forth. But today, we're going to take it back to For Him and the basics of life. Oh, by the way, your chance to win some water park passes coming up. Are you going to riddle me this? Stick around and be ready to call. Here is your song. Richard, thanks for requesting it, man.
We've turned the page, for a new day has dawned, and we've rearranged what is right and what's wrong.
Here we are, 8 o'clock. What does that mean, Steven? Well, you know, around here, weekdays, 8 o'clock means riddle me this. Your chance to win some water park passes. Well, to the water park of your choice. We got Point Mallard, we got Alabama Adventure Splash Adventure, and we've got Lake Winnie. So you got to answer my riddle correctly in order to win the Family 4-pack. But don't worry, if it's confounding to you, I am your phone a friend. So we'll probably get you there. I'm just saying. Oh, and by the way, if you've already won this season, you cannot win again. We're trying to share the love with as many people as possible. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, here's my riddle. Throw away the outside and cook the inside. Then eat the outside and throw away the inside. What is it? 256-505-0885 is a number to call. I want to hear your voice this morning. Tell me the answer to my riddle. Throw away the outside and cook the inside. Then eat the outside and throw away the inside. What is it? 256-505-0885. This one, it's a little hard, but it's kind of simple once you realize what I'm talking about. All right, I got my caller. I just captured that call. Stay right there on the phone for me. Hey, Jimmy Lee Udi said he wanted to hear Cochran and Company. Thank God for Sunday morning. So, Jimmy, I want to play it for you. Here it is, sir. Thank you for your request. All right, let me go get this answer to this riddle, and we'll see if we can give away some water park passes. All right? I'll be right back. 88.5 JFM, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, how's it going?
Going good.
Good. What's your name?
Felicia.
Felicia. All right, Felicia. You ever hear somebody say, bye, Felicia?
All the time.
Bye, Felicia. Do you ever get tired of hearing it?
Yes.
Yeah, I figured so. Where are you listening to us from?
I'm headed to work in Gunnersville.
Oh, very cool. Where do you work in Gunnersville?
Lakeview Orthodontics.
Oh, very cool. All right, then. Well, you get to see people's smiles every day, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Very nice. All right, so Felicia, I got this question for you, and it's so funny. Because, well, you get this stuck in your teeth quite often. Throw away the outside and cook the inside, then eat the outside and throw away the inside. What is it?
I was going to say an egg, but I don't know.
Well, let's think about it. I'll give you a hint. One that I just gave you. It gets stuck in your teeth. People eat it many different ways. Sometimes it's eaten whole. Sometimes it's eaten creamed. Or sometimes it's eaten out of a skillet. Sometimes it's eaten, well, you hold it in your hands and you have to kind of roll it while you eat. So what am I talking about? I'm going to read it one more time and you tell me the right answer. Throw away the outside and cook the inside. Then eat the outside and throw away the inside. What is it?
I have no idea. Ice cream.
Nope. It's yellow.
Jello.
Nope. It's conical shape. It comes on a cob.
Corn.
Corn is correct. Congratulations. It is corn on the cob. Yeah, it's so funny, but when you think about it, it's right because you pick the corn, right? Then you have to shuck it. So you throw away the outside and you cook the inside. And then you eat the corn off the outside and you throw away the cob from the inside. So there it is.
Yes.
Corn is
correct. It makes sense.
All right. So you just won a family 4-pack of tickets. Now, the question is, where would you like to go? Because we got Point Mallard in Decatur. We got Alabama Adventure Splash Adventure in Bessemer. And we've got Lake Winnie in Georgia. So which one do you want the family 4-pack to?
Point Mallard.
Point Mallard. All right. You been there before?
It's been years ago. My kids haven't been there. So.
Ah, okay. Well, they are in for a treat. That place is awesome. They got the new side, too, with the lazy river. It's a lot of fun over there. Awesome. One more question for you. Why do you listen to us, Felicia?
I enjoy it every morning. One thing I really do enjoy is whenever you get tickled and you laugh, because then it makes me smile. But me and my son, we really do like listening to your station on the way as I'm dropping off at daycare or on the way to school. So
awesome. Well, thank you so much for listening, and I'm so glad you're enjoying it. You're the reason why we're here, Felicia, so thank you for being here.
Thank you.
All right. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. I am so thankful that y'all entrust us with your kids. She said her and her son listen on the way to daycare, on the way to work. I love that. And, this kind of music here, you can let your kids sing along with, and you hope that it gets in their head, so they're just singing it all day long. Because it's good lyrics. It's not bad stuff that you have to be embarrassed about. So, Felicia, thank you so much for calling in this morning. And I'm so glad we finally got you that family 4-pack. It took a minute, but we got you there. So, hey, let that be your little hint on if you ever feel like you can't guess the riddle, go ahead and call me anyway, because I'm your phone a friend. I got like unlimited lifelines and hints here. So, we're going to have some fun tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock as well. Will it be your turn to win a family 4-pack of tickets to a water park? I sure hope so, because I know Felicia and her family, they're going to be having fun at Point Mallard over in Decatur. All right, more great music headed your way. Josiah Queen and The Prodigal right here, right now on your 88.5 JFM. Hey, remember, I want to hear from you, so send me your request. 256-967 0885 is the number to text. Again, 256-967-0885.
I've been sick and tired, being sick and tired.
Well, let me take a look at this streaming map real quick and see where we got listeners. Right now, I see you in Helsinki, Finland. Thank you for being here. Joel Modis really enjoyed that song from For Him earlier. He let me know about it over on the text. I'm so glad you enjoyed that, Joel. Thanks for hanging out with us in Palm Coast, Florida. I hope you've got some beautiful weather there. We've got Reno County, Kansas hanging out with us right now. Thank you for being here. We've also got Scottsboro, Gunnersville, Arab, and Albertville. Now, these are just the pins I can see on my map. But if you're in a moving vehicle listening to us on the stream, I can't see that pin. It doesn't show up. If you're listening on the radio, I don't see a pin for you. And if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcast to the podcast, I don't see a pin for you either. So tell you what, this is open for everybody. I want to hear from you this morning. I'd love to know your name, where you're listening from, and your favorite song. I'd really like to play it for you. Or maybe you don't have a particular song you want to hear right now. That's fine. Tell me something good God has done in your life. Or maybe you're going through a really hard time. Tell me how we can pray for you. The number to text is 256-967-0885. Looking forward to hearing from you this morning. All right, let's get back to the music, shall we? How about House Fires and I Thank God right here on your 88.5 JFM.
Things you only understand if you grew up in the 90s. Whenever we took a sick day from school, there were a few things that all of us did. We took this pink bubblegum medicine. We had no idea what was in it, but we knew we wanted to just drink the whole bottle. Whenever we were thirsty, it was less about the water and more about the ginger ale or Sprite. For lunch, we had a can of chicken noodle soup and saltine crackers, both essential, no other options. And last, we've got to mention the one person who cheered us up when we were not feeling well, and that was Bob Barker.
Here it comes from the Bob Barker Studio at CBS in Hollywood. Television's most exciting hour of fantastic prizes. The fabulous 60-minute Price is Right. Julie Woods, come on down. Jared Bradshaw, come on down. Aaron Shamey, come on down. who are the first 4 contestants on The Price is Right. And now, here is the star of The Price is Right, Bob Barker!
Had to hit you with a little nostalgia this morning. Good times, right? Even on sick days.
I know someone who knows what I'm up against. I know someone who's here in the midst of it.
Imitation is the most sincere form of flattery, right? Well, it's going to warm your heart when I tell you what this little girl is doing, where she got it from. Oh, it's so cute. You've got to stick around for this. But first, Building 429, and listen to the sound right here on the Lifeline Morning Show.
Are you in over your head? Are you in water so deep you're drowning? Do you think you've been left? And there is no one to feel your hurting.
By and large, we are a product of our surroundings. Who we have around us really affects us, and they really rub off on us. I mean, the Bible talks about it all the time, doesn't it? Talks about who we should be hanging out with, who we shouldn't be hanging out with. You know? Because this thing called life is meant to do together. And you've got to have other people as a part of it, but who you have around really matters. Let me tell you, you can see this in some of our little ones. Because they're so innocent. They're just learning to do life, and you never know where some of their inspiration comes from until you dig just a little bit deeper. Caitlin is a mom. She's got a little girl. And this little one doesn't look to be more than maybe 4 years old. And she has a particular way that she walks. Kind of looks like somebody who's, taking a look at exhibits in a museum. Kind of walking with her hands behind her, clasped behind her, one hand holding the other while she walks and she looks. But this is a walk that she's adopted for almost everywhere she goes. But where does she learn to walk like this? I mean, most kids, they'd maybe run or maybe walk with their hands to their sides. But no, this little girl, she puts her hands right behind her back and she clasps them together. And Mom finally figured out why. You see, her great-granddad walks like that, and she loves spending time with him, so it's just rubbed off on this little one. She walks like he does. And this video, it's gone viral over on the socials. We're talking about 31 million views on this thing because it is just so cute and so sweet. It's gotten a lot of response, a lot of commenters. Wow. Mom says it all makes sense. She was just following her great-granddad's footsteps. One user, they wrote on there, they commented, "OMG, I'm crying. This is so cute." Another one added, "She has an old soul." Ha ha ha. It's just amazing. And if you can see how it rubs off on little ones like that, don't you know that others rub off on us as adults? So my question for you is, who are you keeping around you? Do you have people who have traits that you hope rubs off on you? Some good stuff that you hope makes you a little bit better? Yeah? I sure hope so. If not, maybe it's time to find a few people like that. Okay? All right. I just had to share it with you. Oh, it's good stuff. All right. Casting Crowns, all because of mercy. I got it for you right here, right now on the Lifeline Morning Show. Thank you so much for being here.
I could stand here and try to tell you I found my way here on my own, brought to life this heart of stone.
Well, it just happened. You see, Huntsville happens to be, kissing 81 degrees right now. We finally hopped over that big round number. It's 78 still in Arab and 78 in Boaz and 78 in Gunnersville. So Huntsville's just overachieving this morning. Sunshine and blue skies out there, at least here in Gunnersville. Hope you're having a fabulous morning so far. Now a little song here from Kim Smith. It's Shake by Mercy Me. Thanks for requesting it.
I just can't believe where my life was at. All that I know is my heart was broken. I don't ever want to go back.
What's up, babe?
We're driving towards Arab to go finish our laundry and to take her to tumble.
Very nice. Being camping, have you been enjoying yourself?
I have. Grace, have you been having fun camping? Yes, I have. She has, too. She's sleepy this morning.
Yeah, we got in bed pretty late last night.
We did.
A lot of people don't see what teachers do during the summer because we were in your classroom last night for how long would you say? 2 hours?
6:30 to 9 o'clock.
Oh, 2.5 hours. Yep. Long time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Especially when you have to move classrooms.
I know it. Not happy, but hey, we're getting it done, right?
Yeah. Get to decorate for a whole new group of kids. So
there you go.
And I'm adding things which I've wanted to add for a long time, and now it's happening. So, which is I'm adding some flexible seating, more flexible seating than I had. So,
yep.
You know, that's okay. That's a good thing because some kids need that flexible seating where they don't have to sit straight back chair all the time.
Get their wiggles out, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I know some adults who need to get their wiggles out from time to time.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Sure. It's a good thing that I actually, I walk too, so I have to get up and go and get kids, and so that helps a lot, and I'm actually getting up and not having just to stand or sit in one place, which is nice.
Right.
Yeah. So have you given away tickets yet?
I have. I've given away a family 4-pack to Point Mallard this morning. Yeah.
Are you giving away any more?
Nope. That was it. That's it for the day.
Stephen, you're feeling very generous this morning, aren't you?
Am I?
I think you are.
Really? How generous am I feeling?
I think you're going to give another 4-pack away of tickets to somewhere fun.
Are you telling me we're breaking from the norm and you want me to give away another 4-pack of tickets?
I do. It's Giveaway Wednesday.
Giveaway Wednesday. I love how you just came up with that. Okay, let's do it.
Woo! Yes! Call in!
That's right. Be the first caller, 256-505-0885, and win a family 4-pack of tickets to the water park of your choice. We got 3 to choose from. Oh my, y'all are quick this morning. And there it is. I just captured it. All right, stay right there on the phone line with me while I start this next song. By request from my daughter Grace, she said she wanted to hear You Lose by Emery Berry, who's now Emery Stevens. But she's got a new album coming out too, so we're keeping our eyes and ears peeled on that. Here you go, baby girl. Here's your song.
Get out my face, get out my head, get out my mind.
88.5 JFM, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, who am I talking to?
This is Kim Smith,
Kim?
and I am quick because you played Shake by Mercy Me.
It got the juices flowing. It got you up and ready.
And that's what I need every morning.
There you go, Kim. Well, awesome. Well, you are my first caller. That means you just won a family 4-pack of tickets to the water park of your choice.
Yeah.
So
Yay.
which one would you like? We got Alabama Adventure Splash Adventure in Bessemer. We got Point Mallard in Decatur, or we got Lake Winnie over in Georgia.
Well, I'm going to choose Alabama Adventure. That way I can go with my sister, hopefully.
There you go. Yeah, it's an amusement park and the water park all in one. You're going to have a blast. Your sisters are going to have a blast. And 2 more people can come with you, so you can share the love, right?
Absolutely.
Very nice. All right, Kim, could I ask you a question?
Absolutely, yes.
Why do you listen to us?
Oh, man, you just get me going. And every time I have a request, you always come through. And I'm not a morning person, really. So after you play me a Get Up and Go song, I'm good for the day.
That is awesome. I love it. It's like you're not even a morning person, but you love listening to the morning show.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's so good. I will get those in the mail to Alabama Adventure.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thanks for calling in.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
I love my job. I really do. I get to hang out with some of the coolest people ever. Get to talk about some amazing stuff, play some music, and oh, by the way, Kim said make sure to tell Cassie thank you for the Giveaway Wednesday. So Cassie, from Kim, thank you for the Giveaway Wednesday. All right. Hey, I've got a song here, and then we've got to get down to this day in history. So I think I want to play a get up and move kind of song. This one will kind of get you pumped, get you inspired for the day. It's Brandon Lake and Count 'Em right here on the Lifeline Morning Show on your 88.5 JFM, making your day better.
got flames in your eyes. You got wonder working power pouring out of your side. Check the tomb all the way through, the grave is empty inside. Ain't no other pull the greatest miracle of all time.
Well, good morning and welcome to This Day in History. It's a chance for us to look back at yesteryear and see how far we've come, and also celebrate some big milestones and the movers and the shakers who got us to where we are today. On this day in 1790, Thomas Saint of London, England, patents the first sewing machine. Ooh. In 1821, Spain cedes Florida to the United States as part of a deal to cancel $5 million in debts. On this day, all the way back in 1861, the U.S. Congress authorizes the printing of paper money for the first time. They were called demand notes. They were replaced just a year later by legal tender notes, which were the predecessors of today's Federal Reserve notes. Some money news there. Also, on this day, back in 1952, a national treasure was born. Sir David Hasselhoff, American actor, Knight Rider, Baywatch, the Hoff was born on this day. And then I've got to mention this, because this is so good. Disneyland opened on this day in 1955. The $17 million theme park was built on 160 acres of former orange grove in Anaheim, California. Today, Disneyland hosts more than 14 million visitors a year who spend close to $3 billion. That's a lot of money. Disney intended Disneyland to have education as well as amusement value and to entertain adults and their kids. In '65, work began on an even bigger Disney theme park and resort near Orlando, Florida. Walt Disney died in '66, and Walt Disney World was opened in his honor on October 1st, 1971. I've never been to the original Disneyland. I've only ever been to Disney World, so I hope to make that trip sometime. And that is This Day in History. So now let me close the book real quick. And I want to remind you of something. I believe history books are waiting to be written about you, what God does through your life. I'm talking about some pretty big stuff. I'm talking about some notable things. But here's the deal. Even if it's not written about in a history book, it will still be written on somebody's heart because you are making an indelible mark on the people around you every day, whether you know it or not. So let's make history, the right kind of history, in their lives today, okay? All right. Thank you so much for hanging out with me here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Now, how about some Josh Baldwin and Jen Johnson? I think this is perfect for the ending of this segment because the title of the song is Made for More. You were made for more. I was made for more. I'm ready to see God do whatever He wants to do in my life. How about you?
I know who I am, 'cause I know who you are. The cross of salvation was only the start.
I came across this guy a while back. His name is Brian Trent. He's the pastor of Lighthouse Church in Hampton, South Carolina. He and his family are always posting amazing content over on the socials. And if you want to find them for yourself, you can. Just type in Trent Tribe and maybe even follow him like I have for, I think it's been over a year now. He's always coming out with some amazing content. And so today he's kind of starting a little series. We're going to follow with him because I think it's so worth it. Take a listen to this and see what you think. This might be able to help you where you're at right now.
See, the problem was I was telling other people. I was preaching sermons to other people, telling them how they needed to live and walk in the freedom that God had given to each of us. But I wasn't living and walking in it myself. And that makes me the king of hypocrites. And that's not okay. Can we talk about that? Especially when it comes to dealing with the pain and the anger of our past and our hurts. See, recently I was invited to be a part of a session at the Celebrate Recovery Summit in California, where I was given a list of 5 questions concerning anger, especially when it comes to recovery. I was prepared to answer those questions, but because of time constraints, we only made it through 2. So I thought, you know what, we should just talk about that right here, right now. I want to answer each one of those questions because I believe it might help somebody, because surely I'm not the only one that struggled with anger before. And so I want to answer those and be transparent. I want to open up and be as transparent as I can because I think it might help somebody else. And we're going to do that over the next several evenings. But about 3 years ago, I started my recovery journey, the recovery journey that I didn't think I needed. Surprise. And then I discovered that I needed help with anxiety and depression, with family trauma, religious trauma. And what shocked me was not long after I started, I began to feel angry at myself, angry at other people in the present and the past. And I was like, I didn't realize I struggled with anger, God. I'm really troubled. And I realized in this that it really wasn't anger that I was struggling with. What was going on was that I was coming face to face with things that I had avoided for a long time. And it was making me angry. But see, because what I had done, and I bet you that others are guilty of it, is I had set my life up so that I could avoid the things that had caused me hurt and pain. I don't know many people that volunteer to be in pain. I do my best to avoid it. And we set our lives up to avoid the pain. And sometimes we've done it so long that we don't even realize that we've done it. And I was coming face to face with those things that God wanted to deliver me from. Because God, I realized in this, that God had not called me or you to live a life of avoidance. He has not called us to live a zigzag life. He's called to set us free. And the only way that we can be set free is to move straight forward. But I thought I was going to have to do all that on my own. But what I realized in the midst of this recovery process was that God held his hand out and he led me through this. And he brought me to freedom. Freedom that I had preached about for years, but I hadn't even experienced. And now over the last few years, I've been getting to experience, and it's incredible. But it didn't come without a cost. It didn't come without confronting those issues that I had tried to avoid, and it caused anger. I liken it to a storm or a hurricane. As you think about a hurricane, it requires a couple of things. One is it requires warm water and wind. Wind blowing across that warm water meets each other, goes up, creates this hurricane. In our life, that warm water, it is our life. It's our past, our hurts, our issues, our own sin, our own fault. And then also the things that we've been victim to, like, maybe family trauma, religious trauma, whatever it may be. Put that in that warm water. And when I come up against that warm water, when I began recovery process, I was like, oh, I really need help. God, I can't do this. I can't fix these things, God. I have to have you. You have to move. And God began to move. But what happens is when God begins to move, the Holy Spirit begins to move, the wind blows across that warm water and it creates a hurricane or a storm in our life. And it's not a hurricane that God brought about to destroy us. Because remember, the warm water is not something that God created.
Let's talk about
that. Was our own doing. That was our own hot mess. But God desires to come in and transform us and change us. So the Holy Spirit moves across that. It creates a storm. It's crazy. And it hurts. And it's not fun. But it's worth it. Because in the end, anything that a hurricane touches, it's not going to be the same. And God's desire is not to destroy you, but to transform you into a person that's living and walking in that freedom. One that I preached about for years and didn't even live in. But now I do. And it's incredible. But it didn't come without facing that anger. But see, anger never consumed me. It never controlled me. That's when anger becomes dangerous. That's when it becomes toxic. But anger motivated me to go toward the freedom that God had for me. Not all anger is bad. I look forward to talking about it over the next few days with you, and I hope that it blesses you and helps you in your walk with God. Love you guys.
There's no greater love than yours. It tells the dead to sleep no more.
So the products that make it onto store shelves don't just get there by accident. There's a lot of research and development that goes into everything that you see for sale at that store that you go to. Yeah, so I wonder, what was the research and development like for blue jeans? Stick around. Ladies, you're particularly going to love this right after your weather and word of life. So don't miss it. It's so good. I love a good pair of blue jeans. I mean, the ones that fit right. I've got my favorite pair. And I will wear those until they absolutely fall apart, until they get so holy that they're not appropriate to wear in public anymore. But if the hole is just on the top of that back pocket and my shirt's going to cover it, you better believe I'm wearing that. Or if I get a hole right there at the bottom of the belt loop, I'm going to try to hold on to those things as long as I can because I love my jeans. But all the way back when jeans were invented, what kind of research and development went into it? And was any consideration given to jeans for ladies? Well, take a listen to how it could have went down. And in fact, if this conversation, I could just totally see this happening just the way it did. It's so good. Here, take a listen. And you, ladies, I think you're going to love this and hate this all at the same time. So here we go. Take a listen to this. See what you think.
I shall call these pants jeans. And once every year, men will wash them. And then once every 10 years, they'll buy a new pair.
Oh, my love, what if I wanted some jeans?
Oh, don't be hysterical.
Oh, please, my love, make me some jeans.
Oh, I'll make you some jeans.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And I'll make them so tight that you can either sit or stand in them, but never both.
Well, I was thinking they'd be for gardening.
And they'll have many pockets that'll hold nothing. And the front one, it'll be tiny for no reason. And sometimes the butt ones will be fake.
Oh, could some of them be real so I could carry my things around?
No! And sometimes the waist will be high. And sometimes the waist will be so low, you see butt crack.
Why would anyone want to show their butt crack?
Women will be asking themselves this in the early 2000s and then probably again in 2024.
This is so overwhelming.
Wait till you try and wear some of the high-rise ones when it's not a high-rise year. And then everyone will say you look like Jessica's mom.
Who's Jessica?
I said Jessica's mom. Keep up, woman. Now, let's talk wash. Some will be light, dark, and acid. But you can only wear the acid ones for like 3 months every 10 years. Or they'll say you look like...
Like Jessica's mom?
No, trashy. Because you will be.
Wow, so true, right? Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Glad we can have some fun. Here's Phil Wickham with I Believe right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Oh, those little bitty pockets.
I believe there is one salvation, one doorway that leads to life.
Well, the time has come for me to bid you adieu, but before I do, I'd like to share with you an inspiring quote. In fact, some might say it's the most inspiring quote of the day. From Winston Churchill, "The positive thinker sees the invisible, feels the intangible, and achieves the impossible." Wow. So it all has to do with what's going on between your ears. Are you being positive or are you being negative? Are you an optimist? Are you a pessimist? Are you looking for the good or are you looking for the bad? Because I can guarantee you, either one you're looking for, yeah, you're going to find it. And that's tough. But let me encourage you to look for the good, because as you do, you're going to be more hopeful. You're going to be more positive. You're going to be more grateful. You're going to be more open to positive things happening in your life. Because let's be honest, if you look for the bad, what does it do? It frustrates you, right? It makes you sad. So don't live life that way. Let's be hopeful. Let's think positively. And you know what? We can do that to a greater degree than anybody else because we know we're not alone. God is with us every single step of the way. And so that should fuel you to know that, hey, everything's going to be fine. I can be positive because I know even if something terrible comes my way, I'm going to be all right because He's got my back and my front and my sides and my above and my beneath. You know what I mean? So let's adopt this one. I want to read it one more time. The positive thinker sees the invisible, feels the intangible, and achieves the impossible. What great things lie ahead of you. Keep thinking positively, okay? Keep God at the center of your life. Stay in conversation with Him and watch everything just fall into place. Now, sometimes it won't feel like it's falling into place. Sometimes it feels like it's coming off the rails. But then you finally get through that situation and you look back, it's like, oh, that's the reason why that happened that way. Yeah, God knows what He's doing and you can trust Him. Hey, thanks so much for doing life with me. I really enjoy hanging out with you. I hope we can do it again tomorrow. All right, I'll see you then from 6 to 10 for the Lifeline Morning Show.